There's a song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's called Shuddha Bhakata. You can find it, or you can put it here. Shuddha Bhakata. Shuddha Bhakata. This, just keep it here, this book. Shuddha Bhakata Chadana Denu Bhajana Anukula. Let's keep it. Shuddha Bhakata Chadana Denu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakta Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula.
Bhakta Sheva Parama Shidhi Premaloti Kada Mula.
Bhakta Seva Parama Shidhi Premaloti Kada Mula.
Madhav Titi Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kore.
Madhavati Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kare.
Krishna Bhoshati Bhoshati Bole Parama Adore Bore.
Krishna Vasati Vasati Parama Ananda Kare.
Gaudama Jishabashtane Karala Brahman Range.
और अमर सब सारे करल भ्रमण रंगे.
Sheshabashtan Heri Boami Purnai Bhagata Shange.
सब सान हेरि बामी प्रणय भगत सामे.
Mridanga Bada Shunite Mon Obashara Shara Chache.
मृदंग वाद्य सुनीले मन अवसर सदायाते.
Gauda Vihito Kirtana Shoni Anande Hridoya Nache.
गौर विहित कीर्तन सुनि आनंदे हृदय नाचे.
Shuddha Bhakata Chadana Denu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Anukula.
Jaidin Grihe Bhajana Dekhe Grihete Goloka Bhaya.
Jaidin Grihe Bhajana Dekhe
Grihete Goloka Bhaya. Shukanashim Paya
Charana Sindhu Dekhiya Ganga Sukhnati Maaye
Jugal Murti Dekiyamo Parama Ananda Hoya
Jugal Murti Dekhiya Mor Param Anand Hoya
Prashad Sheva Porite Hoy Shakala Prapancha Jaya
Prasad Seva Karite Hai Sakala Prapanch Jaya
Tulashi Deki Juraya Pran Madhava Doshani Jani
Tulasi Dekhi Judaya Pran Manav Toshini Jani
Goda Priya Shaka Shebane Jivana Shartakamani
Gaur Priya Shak Sevane Jivan Sartak Mane
Shuddha Bhakta Charana Denu Bhajana Anukula
Shuddha Bhakat Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula
Bhakti Bena Krishna Bhajane Anukula Paya Jaha
Bhakti Vinoda Krishna Bhajane
Anukula Paya Jaha Pratiti Boshe Parama Shukhe Svikar Kodayeta
Prati Divase Param Sukhe Svikar Kodaya
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Ajayam Vishnu Pad Paramhamsa Puribrajagacharya Ashtotar Sarasri Srimacho Abhajran Arabinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Pratishthata Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Shamaveda Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Sisi Nitai Gaur Shitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bo
Hare Krishna. So it's our great privilege and honor to welcome amongst us His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu ji. So Prabhu ji is a very, very special devotee in ISKCON. I think many of you may be knowing about Prabhu ji. He joined ISKCON in 1985 in Australia, in Melbourne. And since then for like 12 years he has been raising funds for ISKCON Australia, and also he was doing book distribution all across Australia. And after that, his Guru Maharaj told him that you should go to Bangladesh and preach. So how many of you would like to go to Bangladesh and preach? So Sarpya Prabhuji and 2-3 devotees will introduce you soon. So Prabhuji was preaching in Bangladesh for over 4 years. And while preaching in Bangladesh, he has done a very special job, which was he started speaking in Bengali. So he speaks Bengali very fluently. And after that, how many of you have attended IDC course? TTC course, TTC 1, TTC 2. So Prabhuji is the founder of all these courses. So he is the one to start these courses in ISKCON. In fact, we know in 2014 when we were also attending TTC 2. So while we were giving presentation, so many of the students, they were giving presentation. Prabhuji was not even looking at them. I especially remember my presentation when I was giving presentation. So Prabhuji did not look at me at all. And after the presentation, Prabhuji has to give feedback. So when he had to give feedback, he was sharing, Prabhu, while giving presentation, you were looking at only one devotee. I said, Prabhuji, aapne to mere ko dekha hi nahi, then why? How come you know that I was looking only at one devotee? So he is very, very sharp, very, very intelligent, and he actually knows. Basically, he trained teachers in ISKCON. So all that devotees who teaches, like who have been teaching TTC 1, TTC 2 in Delhi, so they have all student. They all are a student of Prabhuji only, originally. So Prabhuji is the one to establish all these beautiful courses, which are very, very helpful for all of us. So it's our great privilege that Prabhuji has come to bless all of us. In fact, Srila Prabhupada introduction course, and he has been teaching Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta in Mayapur Academy. So he is also the chairman for the one of the main member at MIHE. So let's welcome Prabhuji by loudly chanting one time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And my humble request, please take out your phones and put them either on silent mode or just silent mode. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaud Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaud Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaud Bhakta Vrinda. Mukam Kardava Chalam Pangam Mangate Girim Jat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Mantra Guru Jota Shikha Guru Gonta Charanaya Gekoria Bondan Bancha Kapatu Pishta Kripashinda Vivaja Potitanam Pavaneva Vaishnava Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shamadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Shari Devi Guruvani Pachani Nid Vishesha Shandavani Pashchatta Desha Tarnane. एक दिन प्रभु सब भक्तगण लाया संकीर्तन करी बसे श्रमयुक्त होया. One day the Lord performed Sankirtan with all his devotees, and when they were greatly fatigued, they sat down. This is chapter 17 of the Adi Lila Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The subsequent 3 chapters, chapter 14, chapter 15, chapter 16, and this chapter 17. These chapters are a summary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Navadip Lila. Each chapter covers a 5-year period. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he divided Mahaprabhu's Leela into 4 periods. The Bal Leela, Poganda Leela, Kishore Leela, and Joban Leela. Each period is a period of 5 years. So that Bal Leela is from birth to 5 years old. Poganda Leela from 6 to 10 years old. Kishore Lila 10 to 15, and the Jovan Lila is from 16 to 20. So this particular Lila is the Jovan Lila, 16 to 20. And this is actually a summary of the descriptions which are given in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami himself, he explains, he identifies Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur as the authorized biographer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Lila Bhagavate Kohe Ved Vyas Chaitanya Lila Vyas Vrindavan Das. And when you visit Mamgachi, the temple of Vrindavan Das Thakur, you see there on the temple it says Vyas Avatar. Vrindavan Das Thakur Janmastan Vyas Avatar. So everything that all the glories that we hear of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Sadam Upagate Dharma Jnana Dibishaha Kalo Nastadrisha Mesha Puranak Odanoditaha. That this Bhagavat Purana is specifically mentioned, is specifically designed for Kalo Nastadrisha Mesha, those who have lost their vision in the dense darkness of ignorance of Kali Yuga. Purana Ako Adunoditaha. We'll get light from this Purana. Purana Ako, which is just like the sun. Adunoditaha, which is just arisen. Udito, after Krishna's departure. So everything, all of the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, they're also applicable to the Chaitanya Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam, written by the same author. So these pastimes here in Chaitanya.
Sorry, just one second. Small announcement. जितने भी डिवोटीज हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं आप प्लीज बाहर जा सकते हैं. एक डिवोटी वहाँ पे ट्रांसलेट कर रहे हैं इंग्लिश टू हिंदी. जितने भी लोग जाना चाहते हैं प्लीज अभी उठ के चले जाइए आराम से, बिना शोर किए हुए. प्लीज आप लोग जा सकते हैं. थैंक यू. Really sorry, Bhoji. Thank you.
These are summary of the Chaitanya Bhagavat Navadip Lila. However, this particular pastime, Maha Mahotsav, this pastime is not described in Chaitanya Bhagavat, actually. Mahaprabhu's pastimes, these particular Navadip pastimes, where Gaushundor, he spent a most extensive period of avatar, was in Navadip Dham, 24 years. And these different 4 periods, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, they're different style, different flavor. Just like from the years of appearance to 5 years old, Mahaprabhu Bal Lila. And actually during that pastime, during that period, he demonstrated many miracles. E babe, moto nana babe, or sharja dekai, balla bab prakatiyo paschat lukai. Kaviraj Goswami is explaining that in the childhood pastimes, like childhood play, balla bab, like childhood play, he demonstrates his mystical power, just like he's kidnapped by some thieves, and they put him on their shoulders, and they're taking him through Navadip. And whilst they're carrying him, they're discussing that I will take the necklaces, and the other was saying, no, keep the earrings for me, and I will take the nupur. And in this way, they're discussing how they will divide up the booty. And whilst they're walking with Nimai on the shoulders, they're passing little pieces of sandesh. He's enjoying, it's like a tour, he's enjoying a joyride. It's a joyride through Navadip. And then whilst they're thinking that they're taking him to their hideout, then suddenly they find themselves in the courtyard of Jagannath Misra. And they put the child down, and Nimai runs to the lap of his father, and in a mystical. On another occasion, Jagannath Misra, he calls Nimai, he says, bring my book. Bring my book. Just like Nandu Dulal, he carried the chapal of Nanda Baba on his head. So, Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachishuta Hoilo Shay. That Brajendra Nandan, he's appeared in Navadip as the darling of Sachi Devi. It's the same person, just a different dress. But in Gokul, he's the Boisha cowherd boy, Gobalok. And in Navadip, he's Misra Purandra Shishya Parama Pandit. He appears in the family of Brahmins. So Jagannath Mishra says, bring my book. And then when Nimai, he's very elated to be given such a responsibility, he goes and gets the book. And as he's returning, they're hearing the sound of the Nupur Dhoni. Nupur Dhoni. And Jagannath Mishra turns to Sachideva for, where is the sound of the Nupur Dhoni coming? As childhood not wearing ankle bells. They're Chamatkar. Sri Gaur Modhu Lila is Chamatkar, astonishing. And they go inside the house. He sees all the footprints of Lord Narayan with a special the characteristics on the footprints of Lord Narayan, only seen on his foot, no other. They see all throughout the house. And Jagannath Mishra, he pays obeisances to those footprints. And he says to Sachi Devi, he says, this will be our last birth. This will be our last birth. A deity, Damoda Shila, is satisfied with their puja, and at night he comes off the altar and walks around. So we'll be blessed. We'll go back to Godhead. It's amazing. Jagannath Mishra, he doesn't remember that he's Nanda Baba. He doesn't remember that. He completely absorbed in the Vatsalya Ras, and he's father of Nimai. In fact, in a dream, one effulgent Brahmin appeared before Jagannath Mishra. And he said that, it's not appropriate for you to chastise Nimai. He's Jnana Samudra, he's ocean of mercy. He knows everything. He needs no correction from you. In the dream, Jagannath Mishra replied, Mishra kohe Deb, shiti muni keni noi, jai she boro hok matro amarta noi. Mishra kohe, yes, Deb shiti muni keni noi. He may be a muni, a great rishi. Siddhi, he may be perfect being, perfected Siddha Purush. Deb, he may be a demigod. He may even be the Supreme Lord. Jai she boro hok. No matter who he is, matro amarta noi. But he's still my son. And my responsibility to correct him. They don't think, he doesn't remember that he's... can you imagine? You live your pastimes in Braj with Nanda Dulal and you're enjoying, and then you forget everything next life? How is that possible? You forget all the pastimes of Vrindavan. How is that possible? How is that possible at all? He's Nitya Purush, Nitya Mukta, Shitta Purush, Ragatbika. He forgets everything about Vrindavan. He doesn't remember. How is that possible? How is it possible? Only because he's so absorbed in the pastime of Gaur Lila. He's so absorbed that he forgets that he was Nanda Baba in his previous life in order to fully relish those pastimes. One time walking on the street, jumping ahead a little, walking on the street, Nimai saw 20 sannyasis. And now, but how often you have 20 sannyasis here in Parthasarathy, east of Kailash, Iskon Mandir? 20 sannyasis. Maybe 2, 3, maybe 5. Maybe big festival, maybe 3, 4 sannyasis. An ordinary day in Navadip, 20 sannyasis on the street. Navadip Shampoti, Ike, Borne, Bare, Pari. Who can describe the Shampoti, the wealth of Navadip Dham? Ek Ganga Ghate, Loka Lok Shnan Kore. In one ghat, 100,000 people bathing. Vrindavan Das Thakur was describing. Ek Ganga Ghate, Loka Lok Shnan Kore. 100,000 people. 100,000. Maybe Gorpanim Day in Mayapur, you'll see, maybe, 500, 1,000, 100,000 every day. And so many ghats. So 20 sannyasis, he invites them to prasadam. Come, dupare, prasadam. He sends message to Sachi Devi. Maybe this was 11 o'clock in the morning. Matri Mondoli, how would you like it? Your son, he's at the market. He sends a message. 20 sannyasis coming for lunch today. He sends a message at 11 o'clock. So Sachi Devi, how she responded? What is that? Gore ki chunai, I chinte mone mone. Gore ki chunai. She doesn't say, no problem, my son, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will arrange everything. She doesn't think like that. She doesn't think he's God. Gore ki chunai, I chinte mone mone. Kudi jon sannyasi bika kore heke mone. How we can feed 20 sannyasis? And whilst she's in this state of anxiety, then somehow automatic all of the ingredients they arrive. So we're on the Ballabha Prakati, or these childhood pastimes. He's demonstrating his godliness. The footprints on the floor. Jagannath Mishra worships them. And then one Brahmin comes, he's cooking 3 times, Nimai steals the offerings. And then he chastises, more mantra jopi, more abhan. You chant my mantra, you invite me. Rohitena pari ami arshi tomar shthan. I cannot restrain myself. Goshamda, he's saying, I cannot restrain myself. Rohitena pari ami arshi tomar shthan. I come eat the offerings. Well, why are you criticizing me? Why are you chastising me? And then he displayed 8-armed form, Astabhuj Roop. Apurva, never before seen, Astabhuj Roop. He displayed, did this Aishwarya. Aishwarya, Ballabha Prakatya, he demonstrates like childhood play, just to avoid punishment. He's giving so much trouble to the Brahmanis of Navadip, Kumaris, so they can't take bath. They go to Jagadam Mishra, a big group, and they say, hey, Mishra Mahashai, that we cannot take bath properly. We have to take bath 3-4 times every day. He spits on us, he throws stands, he steals our clothes, he steals the Diti, he steals the Shastra. We're chanting a Gayatri in a river, he comes, spits water in my face. He says, who are you meditating on? Meditate on me, I am the incarnation for the age, ha ha ha, with his friends. And they make a report to Jagadam Mishra, and Jagadam Mishra comes to Ganga with a stick in his hand. Where is that Nimai? And Nimai had told his friends, when my father comes looking for me in angry mood, tell him I didn't come to Ganga today. It's very instructive pastime. Truth can be adjusted for social harmony. Tell my father I didn't come to the Ganga today. And then Jagadam Mishra comes looking up and down, where is Nimai? Where is Nimai? He didn't come today. He's furious. He comes home and then he sees Nimai coming back on a different path, totally, with the ink still on his arms, the ink, and hair just like he left in the morning, looking like Shonar Champa. Shonar Champa, you get here, Shonar Champa, golden, so fragrant. Shonar Champa, surrounded by bumblebees. Bzz. The ink, looking like the ink on his body, like Shonar Champa surrounded by bumblebees as he's walking on the sandy paths, comes back. And he sees his mother, Ma, tell Dal, give me the oil, I'll go take bath in the Ganga. They're completely bewildered. What is this? These Brahmins, they came, they made false accusations. It's not possible. But the boy hasn't even been to the Ganga. They're completely astonished. He uses his mystic power to avoid the chastisement. Then he comes back from the Ganga, he climbs on his father's lap. Putra darshanande guchilo bichar. Putra darshanande, when he sees his son, guchilo bichar, he forgot everything about the complaints, about the guchilo bichar, all of the accusations. He forgot everything. Shneha punno hoilo duha kichu nahi ar. Shneha punno, simply affection. Simply so much affection that they forget they were Nanda Baba and Majasoda in previous life. So that's up to 5 years old. There are many pastimes. Paschat Lukai, after 5 years old, enters the Biddo Lila. That's Poganda Lila and the Kishore Lila. From 5 to 15, Viddo Lila. And what a scholar! Even in the childhood, he joined the school of Gangadas Pandit. Joto Baka Gangadas Pandit Kodin, whatever Gangadas Pandit said, Shukrit, Shunile, Matro, Thakur, Doren, hearing it once, Nimai would remember. Whatever Gangadas Pandit said, he would remember. And he became, and Gangadas Pandit had thousands of students. And Nimai quickly became the most respected, and no one could stand. No, and then he opened his own school, Vidyalila, Shardva Nobadipe, Proti Nogore Nogore, Shishigon Shonge, Vidyarash, Kridakore, Vidyarash. The flavor of learning. In fact, Navadip famous for learning. That's why the schools were there. That's why the professors were there. Chaturdik hoite log Navadipe jai, Navadip porileshe, Vidyarash pai, from all directions, Chaturdik hoite. Log Navadipe jai, they were coming to Navadip. Even Advaita Acharya, he came from East Bengal. Shivash Thakur, Murari Gupta, Shivananda Shain, Balab Chaitanya, Sri Pundarik Bidyanidhi Mahodaya, they all came from East Bengal to Navadip. Why? What was the attraction of Navadip? Navadip Porile, if you study in Navadip, Shay Vidyarash pa, you get taste for learning. So even though Nimai was not performing the Sankirtan pastimes. He hadn't begun the Sankirtan pastimes, but still everyone in Navadip was in love with him. They appeared to participate in his pastimes. They're enjoying. Sarva Navadipe Prati, or Sarva Navadipe, Sarva Lo Koilo Dhoni Nimoy Pandit Oddapak Shiromani. All you can hear from the lips of the residents of Navadip. Sarva Lo Koilo Dhoni Nimoy Pandit Oddapak Shiromani. Nimoy Pandit is the crash jewel of all the professors. And in this way he was enjoying the Bidda Lila, and then so there's the first Poganda Bal Lila, Poganda Lila, Kaisho Lila completed. And now this Joban Lila is very interesting. On the plea of performing Shraddha ceremony for Jagannath Misra, who departed, he went to Gaya Dham, Gaya. Even halfway there he got fever. And the students, they tried many things to cure him of fever, nothing worked. And then Mahaprabhu himself said, only the water which is washed the feet of a pure Brahmin can free me from this disease. He didn't at that time even mention the actual Vaishnava, he said the pure Brahmin. And Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he comments that this particular Leela is Mahaprabhu emphasizing the importance of Banasram Dharma. That's why he's going for the ceremony, Brahmins, foot wash. However, when he sees Ishwar Puri Prabhupada, he sees him. And then in the interaction, all of the Goswami Siddhanta, the conclusions of Vaishnavism, he explains, he presents in this Leela. He says that in the ceremonies I'm performing, the names of the respective recipients are mentioned. Those of you, you know these things, you mentioned. And the priests in Goya, we went also. And they ask, who you want to do the ceremony for? And you make a list, this grandfather, father, this, all the names. And during mantra, ucharan, they mention the names. And Mahaprabhu says that those whose name they're directed, they get the benefit. But he says that Tomar dekliye matro koti pitrigon shekone sharva bonda pai bimochon. Tomar dekliye matro, just by seeing you. Tomar dekliye matro koti pitrigon, 10 million forefathers. Shekone, at that very moment. Sharva bonda pai bimochon, they're delivered from all bondage. Just by seeing you. Hey. So in this way, my journey to Gayadam has become perfect just by seeing you. And then he's a changed person. He's standing in front of the lotus feet of Sri Madhusudan. Sharva Jagated Bhagyai Prabhu Gauda Chandra Prem Bhakti Prakashe Koryala Arambo. Sharva Jagated Bhagyai, for the fortune of the entire creation. Sharva Jagated Bhagyai Prabhu Gauda Chandra Prem Bhakti Prakashe Koryala Arambo. He began the pastimes of Prem Bhakti Prakash, of revealing prema, love of God, the Krishna prema, revealing Prem Bhakti Prakash Koryala Aramba, those pastimes he began. And it's not like us, we become a devotee, it takes some time. I remember it took me 2 years from the time I came to the first time temple, Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir, Prabhupada installed deities. Took me 2 years after that, almost 2 years exactly. First time I visited temple, Janmashtami festival. And then 2 years later on Vyasa Puja Day, I moved into Brahmachari Ashram. 2 years nowadays, that's quick actually, that's quick. Nowadays people take a lot longer. Well, in Prabhupada's time, people would come on the weekend, see Prabhupada, give their life. Many, many examples. They come to the temple, first time, they never leave. Many examples. Yeah. But we take some time, many years, gradually. But Mahaprabhu on the spot. But what sort of devotee he became? What sort of devotee? The Paramabhakta. He returned to Mayapur. In fact, even in Gaya, he didn't want to come back to Mayapur. He wanted to go to Vrindavan. And he couldn't sleep, he couldn't sit, he couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything. In the middle of the night, he escaped the students to Vrindavan. Kotu dur jaite shunin dibabani, some distance on the path, shunin dibabani, here's the sound from the sky. Ekoni matura na jaibo dwijamani, hey dwijamani, ekoni matura na jaibo, now you will not go to Mathura. You have to go back to Mayapur. So many things you have to do. You have to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. You have to establish Panchatattva. You have to deliver Jogai Madhai. So many things to do. So Mahaprabhu went back to Mayapur. But then he was changed person. Changed person. So this particular section, that pastimes in his youth and the Jobha and Lila, Mahaprabhu, he joined the Sankirtan movement. And then everything so ecstatic in Navadip. The devotees, they were all Mahaprabhu's eternal associates, Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, Chandrasekhar. They were doing Sankirtan. The Sankirtan was being performed since Mahaprabhu, since before his birth. Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, they're all doing Sankirtan in Mayapur. And then Gaushundar, he joined the Sankirtan devotees in the morning. In the morning, just like we'll read a few verses. I'm kind of supposed to read the verses. So one day, Ek Amra Beach Prabhu Angane Ropila, he planted the beach of the mango. Tot Kone, at that very moment, Tot Kone, Janmila Brikka Body Te Lagila. Body Te Lagila. That day he planted the seed, and the mango tree grew on the spot. Dekiti dekte, brika, hoilo, polito, and then they were watching as the fruits grew on the tree while they were watching. Could you imagine such a thing? So many mangoes just growing on the spot. Dekiti dekte, brika, hoilo, polita, Pokilo onek pol, Shabai Bishmita. Shabai Bishmita, everyone completely astonished. As people looked on, the tree became fully grown with fruits and fully ripened. Thus everyone was struck with wonder. So in the pastimes of the Lord, it's so extraordinary. Sri Gauda Modhur Lila. Modhur Lila, the sweet pastimes. Sri Gauda Modhur Lila, Char Karne Prabeshila, those whose ears they enter into. Hridoy Nirmal Bhelotar, the heart becomes completely purified. Chilanotam Thakur Marsha. So this tree Mahaprabhu planted. Similarly in Srivas Angan, the courtyard of Srivas Thakur, Ek Kunda Gach Ache Srivas Mondire, Kunda Rupa Kibo Kolpatoru Avatare. There's a kunda tree in the courtyard of Srivas Thakur, a kunda gacheche Srivas Mondire, kunda rupe, in the form of a kunda tree, kiba kalpataru avatare. Actually, it's a kalpataru, a desire-fulfilling tree from the spiritual world. So that kunda tree, that inexhaustible supply of flowers. A kunda, in Bengali is called kunda. In English, jasmine, I don't know what it's called in Hindi. Kunda tree, the last month the flower, they were flowering in Bengal. It was very fragrant, kunda tree. So there's inexhaustible all year round, that tree giving flowers. So every morning all the Vaishnavas, they would gather at that tree collecting flowers for puja. Although the personal archana, practice of Mahaprabhu's devotees is not described in so great detail in Chaitanya Charitamrita because the emphasis is on the Sankirtan. However, all of the associates of Mahaprabhu were all worshipping deities in their homes. So they are gathering every morning, they would gather, and whatever recent news, Vaishnav Shamaj would be discussed. In those days there was no social media. Can you imagine what austerity? People actually would meet each other and have a discussion face to face. So Ramai Pandit, the younger brother of Srivas Thakur, Ramai Pandit, he came. He's in such ecstasy, jubilant, and all the devotees inquired, "You're so happy today. What's the news?" And he says, "Yes, of course, there's amazing Parama Adbhut Kotha, the most astonishing news." Parama Adbhut Kotha Maha Ashambhav. The impossible has happened. Nimai Pandit Hoilo Parama Vaishnav. Nimai Pandit has become a Parama Vaishnav. And what sort of Vaishnava? Not like us, you know, we come for programs, or we're tilak, yeah, I'm a devotee. No, he's Parama Vaishnava. He's constantly shedding tears of love of God. Pada Pada Tirtha Laite Matro Nam. Just by hearing, when he hears the name, Pada Pada Tirtha. That's Gaya Nam. Pada Pada Tirtha Laite Matro Nam. When he hears the name, Nayaner Jalesha Punno Hoilostan. Nayaner Jal, the tears from his eyes. Nayaner Jalesha Punno Hoilostan. The whole courtyard and garden becomes flooded with tears from his eyes. Just when he hears the name Pada Pada Tirtha. That type of, what sort of devotee has he become? So it's in this condition. Actually, from that moment, that Prem Bhakti Prakasha Korala Aramba in Gaya Dham, from that moment, Mahaprabhu always, he was constantly overwhelmed with the burning flames of prema, of Krishna. Sometimes he would, in general, he would contain, he would restrain, but occasionally simply effervescent, overflowing. It's not that it was just a one-off occasion. He's constantly in that state. So here, this is Bhakata Sheba, Paramashiti, Vaishnav Sheba. Actually, he's not feeling exhausted. Shrama, Jukta Hoy, the devotees became exhausted. So Bhakata Sheva, Paramashiti, in order to serve the devotees. So immediately Mahaprabhu takes the mango seed, and boom, mango tree grows. And then the mangoes that must have been at this time of year. Must have been this time of year, mango season. There was one seed there. So this place is called Amgat. It's in Goduma Deep. Goduma Deep. If you cross Jalangi, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house, and then you head in the direction on the Krishnanagar direction, you come to Amgat. And there's a station there. They're going to start the train. Amgat. So that's the place. Still the mango trees are growing there. So Bhakata Sheva Paramasiddhi, simply for fulfilling the desire of the devotees and serving the devotees, Mahaprabhu, he demonstrates this mystic perfection of creating the mango tree. Now, as we mentioned in the childhood pastimes, such miracles, but in the Vidya Lila, no. And even having become Bhakta, going to Gaya Dham, received initiation from Ishwar Puri. Kiba mantra dilo gosha, kibatat bol, jopade mantra, koryale pagal. What mantra have you given me, Gosha? Kibatat bol. What is its power? Jopade mantra, koryale pagal. The chanting the mantra become crazy. Ishwar Puri Prabhupada, he was very pleased that the disciple came and had achieved this perfection. Balo, hoilo, pailo, tumi, Param Purusharto. It's so wonderful that you have attained the highest goal of life. Toma premete ami hoilan kritato. Here, seeing your prema, I've become indebted to you, the Guru said to the disciple. And then Ishwar Puri answered the question, what is Kiba mantra? What mantra have you given me? Kiba mantra dilo, Goshai. Hari Krishna Maha Mantra Jaito Shabab. The very nature, the very essence of the Hari Krishna Maha Mantra. Hari Krishna Maha Mantra Jaito Shabab. Jai Jape. Jai Jape. Whoever chants. Jai Jape Tare Krishna Upajaye Bhav. Whoever chants Upajaye Bhav will erupt, or arousal of feelings of affection for Krishna. So even after joining the Sankirtan devotees and participating in the Sankirtan, still Mahaprabhu, he was not revealing himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, keeping that. But on such occasions with his devotees, he, out of affection and kindness to the devotees, he'll perform such mystical phenomena which could only be attributed to the Supreme Lord. Shota Dui Paul Prabhu, Shigra Padaila. He picked Shota Dui, 200, Shota Dui Paul, Prabhu, Shigra Padailo, Prakalan Kodi, Krishna Bhog Lagailo, Prakalan Kodi. He washed those mangoes, Krishna Bhog Lagailo, and then he offered them to Krishna to eat. Rokta Pita Barna Nahi, Ashti Balkal. They had Rokta Pita Barna. Rokta Pita Barna means reddish and yellowish. Rokta Pita Barna. Nahi Ashta. Ball called no seed, no fruit. No seed, no skin. No seed, no skin. Rokta Pita, and they were reddish and yellowish. Egg John Air. Pet Bode. Koilo egg Paul. Egg John Air pet Bode. Koilo egg Paul. Egg Paul. One mango. Egg John pet Bode. Pet Bode. That's how it's pronounced. Pet Bode. Pet Bode. Yeah. Hindi is something similar. Pet. 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 Pet Bode. Now it's not that, but I think no one's only eating one. I mean, even you, who can eat one mango? I mean, it just gets you started. Yes? No. And so it's not that they only ate one mango. But one was enough for full satisfaction. One mango enough for full satisfaction. But it's not that only they ate one mango. So there's multiple complete satisfaction. Multiple times complete satisfaction. Prabhupada's purport in India, mango is considered best when it's red and yellow. Did you see there were red and yellow mangoes there in front of Prabhupada? Reddish, beautiful. There was 3 or 4 different varieties, actually. I was noticing 3 or 4 different varieties. I don't know the names of mangoes here in UP, and I don't know the name. In Bengal, there's Fajliam, there's Rajshahiam, Hingshagor. I don't know here. Hingshagor, small Hingshagor. And there's such variety as the summer season, as it continues, the particular variety of mango changes. Today there was 3 or 4 different varieties. They're long ones, and they each have a different flavor. I mean, is there any comparison to the taste of mango in the scientific creations or in the supermarket? The juices. There's no comparison. The mango. Now let me tell you something. Today I'm going to tell you something which will shock you. Yeah, okay. In India, mango is considered best when it's red and yellow. Its seed is very small. Its skin is very thin. It's so palatable that if a person eats one fruit, he'll be satisfied. The mango is considered the king of all fruits. The mango is considered the king of all fruits. There's a different, even in Bhagavad, Negama kalpa tado galitam phalam shuka amrita darbisham yuta. The Bhagavatam is like that, ripened from mango, of all the fruits. Ripened for Shuka Amrita Drabya Samyuta, and it's become sweeter because it's been touched by the lips of Shukdev Goswami, the mango. Sometimes the mangoes are, the analogy of the mango. There are many analogies. The mango, the fruit is passed down the tree, parampara, they say. We don't see that. Now people have a stick and they just pray. But anyway, and allegorically speaking, the mango, sometimes the mango is like kacha and paka like sadakara, siddha, shadakara and shidha, kacha, paka, Many analogies of mango. But the shocking thing that you'll hear today, that dinnahin joto chilo hariname udharilo. That dinnahin joto chilo means as degraded as you can possibly become. Dinnahin joto chilo. The full extent, the absolute extent of degraded position. Hariname udharilo, the holy name can deliver. Tashaki jogai ma'adhai, evidence, jagai ma'adhai. The holy name can deliver, the most degraded, the most condemned, the most illusioned. Now the background that I'm from, you won't believe, the background that I'm from, that I never had eaten a mango until I joined ISKCON. In all seriousness. Can you imagine a more degraded background? From such a place. I mean, mangoes we never saw. As in Melbourne, Australia. Mangoes were imported fruits, and we never purchased mangoes. And I was coming to the temple, and devotees were talking about mangoes. One devotee was talking about the mango sweet rice. And the seed, and I think, what is this mango? Can you imagine such a degraded position? But even such a person that never tasted mango can get the mercy of Gaudhari and by the potency of chanting Hare Krishna. Dekhiya Shantushta Hoilo Shachir Nandan. Text 84. So seeing the quality of the mangoes, Dekhiya Shantushta Hoilo Shachir Nandan Shabai Ke Kawai Kayale Age Korea Bokon. He, first of all, Mahaprabhu, he seeing the mangoes, he was greatly satisfied. And then Shabaike Kawayale Age Korea Bokon. He ate the mangoes himself and then fed all the devotees. Ashti Balak Nahi Amrit Rashamoy. Ashti Balak Balka Nahi had no seed and no skin. Amrit Rashamoy, full of juice. Wow. Just hearing, I think I'm expecting this morning at breakfast time everyone will get mangoes. This is the Amra Mahotsav. Yes? That's what else happens. That's it, just mangoes, eating. Today and tomorrow. Today darshan. Tomorrow seva. So the desire just increases and increases. In a temple room you can smell the fragrance. Smelling the fragrance makes you desire to smelling the fragrance. Ashti balagnahi amrit rashamai. Ek pal khailo rasha udar pudai. Eating one mango, a man would be fully satisfied, but the mangoes were so sweet. Well, this is the mango seva. Mango seva is such an ecstatic, what can I say, in the Western world, it's, the climate is so poor. Mangoes don't grow in the Western, I mean some places, but Europe and UK and we were there they're so ecstatic, we were Rajapur, Jagannath Mandir, Rajapur, Navadip, you all know. There's Jagannath, he likes mangoes and kartal, jackfruit. Mangoes. So we were there. When I go back, actually, it'll be Snan Jatra time. Snan Jatra, you know. And last year we were coming from Snan Jatra, and then just there is mango bagan. It's Rajapur. Many mango bagans. Many. So just we were coming back from Rajapur, Jagannath, and we bathed, Abhishek, Snan Jatra, and we're coming on the side of the road, just sitting there with big baskets. 3-4 local men. Farmers, those mangoes they picked that morning. They picked that morning from all the mangoes, and the big baskets. Those mangoes were so fragrant, we could smell, and they're so ripe, and they were like this beautiful color and perfect, and big baskets. They were 20 rupees per kg. 20 rupees per kg. We bought 5 kg. Mango is so ecstatic that when I was seeing all around the Prabhupada, these mangoes, there's so many, and there's Anandamoy Uchab, yes? Mahotsav, Anandamoy, Am Seba, Anandamoy Mahotsav, because you have to eat on the spot. You have to eat. There's no, the Western countries, it's a refrigeration. It's refrigeration. In India now it's coming, we're becoming so modern. Refrigeration. You go, the fruit, it was picked maybe 6 months before. This is the style, this is a Western culture, and a supermarket, and AC, and the refrigerated truck, and it's kept in the big warehouse, and they farm in such mechanical way. The farms, huge farms, and everything so automated, machinery, robots. Hardly people work there. It's all done by machines. The mangoes are growing, and then they're kept in the big go down. It's refrigerated. They're kept for months and months. And by the time it's at the supermarket, it was picked months. That day they were picking and they were in the basket. You could afraid, so good. There's the natural gifts of the Lord. The natural gifts. Mango season, you have to eat mangoes. It's a season. It's like, now is the time. Now is the time. Yeah? Eat mangoes. It's so ecstatic. It's ecstatic. It's Krishna's gift. The Western countries, Prabhu has traveled. It's not like that. It's not like that. People, it's not, and the price becomes so cheap. And the mangoes everywhere. In Mayapur, there are many mango gardens, and the Brahmachari Prasadam, they come with baskets and baskets of mangoes everywhere, 3-4 mangoes. You have to eat. You have to eat. How can you refuse? Actually, I worship. I was going to get mangoes today. We have to offer mangoes because we were lamenting. I was lamenting greatly. Leaving Mayapur yesterday, I was lamenting that now mango season just beginning and I have to leave Mayapur. And then when I came today and I saw at Mangaladi, all of the picture and the mango, I can't believe it. And devotee said to me, today is Maha Mahotshav, the Maha Mahotshav. I never even knew such a festival existed. In that Mayapur, ISKCON Mayapur, they don't have this festival. So here you're ahead. So I was so ecstatic when I saw the mangoes, and at Guru Puja even more ecstatic with the mangoes, Prabhupada and the Shingadev. I'm intoxicated just by discussing mangoes. A motto protidin Paul Baromash. Baromash. A motto protidin pole baromash. Every day every day of the year. Every day throughout the 12 months of the year. Vaishnav Kayen Paul Prabhu Ulash. For this festival happened every day. Every day. The mango season, it just continued and continued. And Mahaprabhu would do Shab Nadia, he would Shikhani Shab Nadia, Fiche Neche Gaunitai. Fiche Neche. He's wandering, he's dancing. Shab Nadia, all through Nadia. Shikhadi Shab Nadia, Fiche Neche Gaunitai, Radha Krishna Bol Dare Shabai. This is every day going on Sankirtan with the devotees. Radha Krishna Bol Dare Shabai, Shikhaniya, Shab Nadia, Fiche Neche Gaunitai. And then after the Fiche Neche wandering and dancing, he would come to the Am Bagan, and he would rest with the devotees every day. And they would enjoy the Amra Maha Mahotshav. Eshab Lila Kore Shachir Nandan. Andalog Nahi Jani Bina Bhaktagan. So these are the confidential pastimes of the son of Sachi Devi. Shachir Nanda. Annalog Nahi Jane. Annalog Nahi Jane. No one else can understand other than devotees. Anne Bhakta. Bina Bhaktagan. Prabhupada's purport. Non-devotees cannot believe this incident, yet the place where the tree grew still exists. In Mayapur, it is called Amragat or Amgat. A motto, Baromash Kirtan Abashane. Abashane. A motto, Baromash Kirtan Abashane. In this way, for that 12-year period, at the end of the Kirtan every day, Kirtan Abashane, the Lord performs Sankirtan every day. And at the end of Sankirtan, Amra Mahotshav Prabhu Kore Dine Dine. Mahaprabhu would perform this Amra Mahotshav, the mango eating festival, every day. On principle, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would distribute prasadam at the end of Kirtan performance Similarly, the members of the Krishna consciousness movement must distribute Samprasadam to the audience after performing kirtan. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Amra Maha Mahotsava ki Jai. Is there any question? No, thank you very much. Shri Nitai Gauda Pramanande Hari Hari Bol Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We finished.